Well, speaking of edit control, our next question sent into CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Mike Smith. Actually, let me redo that. From Mike in Richmond, Virginia.
I've heard his real name is Mike Smith. Can you shed any light on?
Will you stop it? Recently, I heard that Bill Goldberg wanted Bobby Eaton to break his streak in WCW. Do you think that this was Bill Goldberg paying homage to someone who trained him, or him stuck in an impossible situation? Would you let me know who won the pony? P.S. This is written kind of poorly. Would love to know who Jim would have booked to end the streak.
I've heard the story a couple of times, and yet Bill Goldberg in that era, what was it, 1999 or 2000, whenever, had pitched the idea or come up with the idea or even said, hey, this is what we ought to do. Have Bobby Eaton end it, because it's been a while since I've listened to the interview that he did about it. I know he did another one recently, or it was publicized recently, so I don't know what specific reasons that he gave in that one. But basically it was, hey, here's a fucking guy who's the best wrestler in the company. Everybody loves him. He's been a legend. They're doing nothing with him. And I think there was an element of, instead of all these fucking buzzards fighting over, all the top guys fighting over to see who gets to end my streak, why don't we should give it to a fucking guy that deserves it, was the sentiment. From a business standpoint, it made no sense whatsoever. And part of it may have been Goldberg had only been in the business, a year and a half at that point, and was hot without, I don't know if it push had come to shove and everybody had said, hey, that's a great idea, whether then he might not have gone, well, wait, should I do that? He may have gone along with it, but it should not. I mean, you know me, I love Bobby Eaton. And yes, he was one of the preeminent workers of the decade in that or any other company, but there's no way at that point in time, the way he was being presented and had been presented for some time, that he should have been the guy business-wise to end Goldberg's streak. As far as who should have, it also should have been a Hulk Hogan or Kevin Nash or, whatever the fuck. That's another thing. I think they ended it too soon. As Bobby Heenan said that night, right? He said, well, they've just killed the golden goose.
Plus they started gimmicking the numbers when fans were actually getting into counting how many wins he had, which really fucked things up.
Well, yeah, that did, because it was like even obvious. How could he, what has he wrestled 16 times in the last week since he was on live television? They just got stupid with it. But ultimately doing a job, no, they shouldn't have done it then, and they should have carefully planned for a new, young heel that they were going to have under contract for the next 5 years that they could really fucking make, with Goldberg doing it in the right way at the right time. And, instead of all of the fucking high-priced talent trying to have double knockouts to see who got to beat the hot rookie, which is what was happening.